You're looking at a significant solar flare that happened this month. The edge may have been Earth directed. We have not seen any major compressions of the magnetosphere to give rise to any recent earthquakes. There are no geoaffective alignments, so any earthquakes may be just happenstance, and you can't draw a direct cause to them. Because there's more sunspots now, much more than the last time I checked, or should I say many more. We looked at the background X-ray levels, and they've gone up a little bit, which is what should happen when there's more sunspots. The issue we were facing is there were 0 sunspots, and that blue line, the high energy X-rays, approaching gamma X-rays. There's no such thing as gamma X-rays, but X-rays, when they get so powerful, they become gamma rays. That level was still maintained even though there were 0 sunspots. So as a background level, when it used to be 10 to the minus 9th up to 10 to the minus 8th, that's an increase in 10, a tenfold increase in just background X-rays. So we're keeping an eye on that to see how high that background will go over the next couple months. Right now it's up a little bit from the background as what it should be, but add to that the already elevated background, and we're getting a few more X-rays than we should be. The cause of the X-rays are these dots, these particles you see flashing before you. If planet X was off to the left and above the ecliptic, then the neutral particles would be pulled down from the upper left. So therefore you should see a greater concentration of those little speckles in the lower left-hand frame of this picture. Well, look closely, and I think that's what you will find. Again, more evidence that we know exactly where this brown dwarf fragment resides. On Christmas, we had a Christmas comet coming in from the lower left, giving rise possibly to a solar flare right at the point of impact. And so then we looked for a fragment, and the actual fragment came a day before the major comet, and you can see in the lower left it appears traveling upwards in the same fashion. So that's kind of interesting. We get a lot of comets on holidays. Wonder if that's just coincidental. The weather, you see a stream of water flowing northward. It's kind of bizarre because Hawaii's down to the lower left. So you want to call that a jet stream. I don't know how you could call it a jet stream. So there you see the major portion of the Pacific Ocean is devoid of clouds. You see an actual clockwise rotation, otherwise known as an anticyclone. It appears to be driving that northernmost moisture. There's Hawaii right there at the lower left. So the band of moisture that's supposed to be the equatorial band of moisture is no longer there, but there is a blob of water there that almost looks like a tropical depression. We'll have to keep an eye on that, but it's really not hurricane season. And then we had a visible comet this month, early in December, in the mid-December. Comet Leonard traversed our skies, was visible to the naked eye if you knew where to look and you weren't hazy with geoengineering. The comet is approaching perihelion to the sun, therefore is not visible right now. Will be coming out into the northern part of our solar system again, hailing from roughly the same type of corridor as Comet McNaught, but coming in at a much steeper angle. Again, when something crosses our path in December coming from the other side of the sun, that was the corridor out of Ophiuchus from which the comet of the century did hail from. That would be Comet McNaught, giving rise possibly to the Kreutz comets and the sun grazers. Also giving rise to the helium focusing cone, which was focused to that point in December, but now has shifted. And we told you it had shifted, and then articles came out about a year later how the focusing cone was shifted. Just showing you how far ahead of mainstream science this channel has been. Once again, what we're looking for is increased radiation, and increased solar radiation, and increased solar heating, and increased solar light. That it would be putting stress upon our oceans, our forests, and ourselves. So that is what we're looking for, is that to peak in 2023. Once we make it through 2023, it should be a little easier to predict what's going to happen. And I don't want to downplay 2024. A lot of things are actually set as termination dates for 2024, 2025, for a lot of things that we have seen mainly in the conspiracy channels. End dates of certain projects, certain incidences, certain procedures, and implementation of new stuff. One of the implementations that we're going to be looking at closely is the growing of synthetic meat, pork and beef, in a laboratory from stem cells. I was reading several articles on it. The target date for that was 2022. So it seems like they're pushing forward with this, controlling the all food, and other things which I really don't want to get into right this moment. So there's your solar update, and until next time, be prepared, not scared.